Hello, good evening, everybody. It's evening right now. You could be watching this in any part of the world. It could be morning, could be afternoon, or any day that you're watching it. I look a mess. I went to hot yoga tonight, sweated everything out, feels so much more aligned. And I just wanted to talk about that alignment. We talk about it a lot, and it's a bit of a buzzword, but it's so important. It's like balancing your body, your soul, your mind. When you catch yourself overthinking and feeling like you're out of place or out of whack or not in your body, it's so important to bring yourself back in. And there's so many great practices to do that, you know. One thing I always recommend is finding something that you love. Whether it's just listening to a song that you love or, you know, doing a hobby that you love. If it's just drawing or doodling, even feeling your body. Like sometimes just rubbing your body brings you back in, feeling the ground, sitting into breath work, doing some conscious breathing. One of the things that I have to, when I feel I can tell when I'm getting out of alignment is because I almost forget to breathe sometimes. You get into that shallow breath and you start to, you know, get that anxiety and you start to panic when your body's not getting enough oxygen. So if you sit and you breathe in for 4 seconds through your nose and then breathe out for 8. So breathe out slowly and longer. You'll bring yourself back into your body and back into alignment. Hi, Erin. Thank you. Like for me tonight, I went to yoga. I hadn't been in a while. Or just like, I love being in my yard. So going outside and walking on the grass. There's so many things we can do to slow our minds down. When our mind starts racing, it's a key to bring ourselves back in. When we start to second guess ourselves or start to doubt our abilities, bring yourself back. You know, I was the worst critic of myself. I still have moments where I'm like, I always feel like I'm in trouble or I've done something wrong. And those are those childhood wounds that we bring in. And it has a lot to do with our makeup too. If you look into your human design chart or your gene keys or even deep into astrology, we can unlock a lot of uncertainties and our own triggers that we live with in our life. And one of mine is not feeling like I have enough. And I have to remind myself when I feel like I'm getting out of alignment, where I'm worrying about things that are too far away, that I have everything I need right now. It's the key. Are you fully supported right now? What are we worrying about? Because when we bring those thoughts into fruition, we're actually just sending out that vibrational frequency to bring back that energy to us. So if you can just sit with yourself and tell yourself and surrender. Another great way is meditation. So breathwork meditation. And you just surrender knowing that you have everything you need right now. You're fully supported and guided. It's key to tapping into our intuition, being fully supported and guided and trusting and surrendering into that. Because we are. Look at all the difficult situations you've gone through in your life. Have you made it this far? Obviously, you're watching this video. You've made it through so many situations where you probably didn't think you could live through, you couldn't function through, but you made it. And remember that when you feel like you're out of control or losing control in your life, remember those situations that you made it through. Take a look at your life a year ago and ask yourself, have I expanded since then? Am I steps ahead of where I am? And that's the key. You know, we're always expanding. We're always growing. Life is a never-ending growth cycle. And look at all the little wins. It's about the little wins. And these little wins, when we stack little wins on top of little wins, they become bigger wins and bigger wins. And we just keep on that vibrational frequency of welcoming in what we want, understanding what we want, tuning into our intuition, understanding that we have all the power within us. When we start looking for it outside of us, we're just giving our power away, looking for somebody to save us. Yes, it's good to bring somebody in to guide you through your healing process at the beginning and through it, because we need to be kept real. And when we work with people who are more knowledgeable or who vibrate higher, it actually levels us up to those levels. We end up calibrating to each other. So that's why it's important to also surround yourself with people that are where you're going or where you want to be, rather than, you know, where you're trying to come from, because we all vibrate. So if you think that if you're around like lots of lower vibrational energies, people who complain all the time, people who hate life, people who are full of self-destruction, we become that because we become what we are. We're intuitive beings, and we need to continue to choose higher timelines. Start with ourselves to choose those higher timelines, and then welcome in those higher versions of ourselves and others, because as we shift, those around us will shift or they'll fall away. But that's just what I wanted to say. Tomorrow morning, I'm so excited. The Tapping into Intuition class is on. I love this class. It's so beautiful. It's all about learning to decipher and discern what is ego versus intuition. So if anybody wants to sign up for that, there's still some spots left. It's going to be great. I actually just sent out an email for that. I'm starting to learn new technology, so I was having fun creating mail out lists and stuff like that. So I just love it. It's learning, see, expansion. Before, I was so afraid to do things like that because of my fear of failure. I haven't been ingrained in me such a fear of failure. I used to not start things out of that fear. And one day I woke up and I'm like, what do I have to lose? You know, the only person judging me is myself. And if I try, I'm doing the best I can. And we learn. So we're all human. We all struggle. I'm 40 years old. I still have struggles. You know, I see my children struggle through things. I see my family struggle and my friends. But it's all about how we choose to react to those struggles in our lives, because they are gifts. They're gifts to learn. They're gifts to catapult off of. I'm going to pull a quick card. I love my oracle cards. So we're going to ask Spirit, what's in our highest, best guidance for tonight? Thank you, Erin. I really appreciate that. You know, the kindness that comes out is just, I have so much gratitude and love for each and every one of you who watch my videos and support me through my journey. And I just share because I want others to understand that they have the power in them too. Because I was a victim my whole life. And I always say, from victimhood to empowerment. When we start to empower ourselves, that's where everything starts to shift and change in our lives and our reality. So Spirit, what's in our highest, best good? A glimmer of hope. Oh, my diamonds tonight. It says, I no longer doubt life or focus on the dark feelings. I believe in myself and keep my faith. The obstacles before me help me grow and help me come closer to my divinity. There is always hope, always light, even in darkness. God is always there to help me with my difficulties. And that's true. God, Source, Universe is always there to guide us. He, she, it, Father, Mother, God, whatever it is that you believe in is that divine source, because there's so many different names for that same source. We just have to surrender to it, to that power, and to our own power. And that's the truth. And then when we start to do that and quiet our logical thinking mind, then the messages start coming through. The guidance starts coming through. Our intuition starts speaking. We feel the resonance of things in our body. Our physiology is so smart. And we cut ourselves off through our ego thinking, our logical mind. We question everything. And what we really need to do is bring ourselves back to this purity of our soul and our beingness, so we can ascend, so we can come into this 5-dimensional quantum universe that we're in, understanding that our body is there to guide us. It's not our worst enemy. We are our biggest hero. We are our biggest guide. We all need to believe this. We all need to step into this and own it. Live in integrity. That's one thing I ask myself. And yes, sometimes we bounce in and out of it. There's always moments where where you want to yell at somebody. It happens. You forgive yourself. You move on. You apologize to the person. But living in integrity is crucial. Your integrity. So I always ask myself to align with my integrity in every word I speak, every action I put forth into the universe, and like everything that comes out of me, even my mannerisms. I do. And when I fall out, I make penance for it, and I forgive myself, and I forgive those around me if they've, fallen out of their alignment, and we move forward from it. We don't hold on grudges. We don't judge ourselves or others. We align with the divine, because the divine does not judge us, does not smite us. The divine wants us to be the powerful beings that we are. Anyway, I love you. Have an amazing Friday night or whenever you're watching this, and I'll see some of you tomorrow at the class. Bye.